Town Hall in the inner western suburbs of Sydney is an event going on that I think is worthy of comment. We have the great Justin Rousell in against Darren Miller in a 10-rounder in the Marrickville Town Hall. Now, obviously, you and I know Justin Rousell as the South Coast each-way nudger, and obviously Darren Miller fights under the title of the Ballarat Bow. And this is a sad fight because I think all the ingredients for the tragedy that is Australian boxing are gathered there at the Marrickville Town Hall. We have a tremendously worthy couple of combatants. They both come into this fight with big raps on them. They're well credentialed, they carry a knockout drop in each hand, they're scientific fighters, and yet the jealousy in boxing that consumes boxing at the moment cannot be put to one side so as everybody can go and appreciate the ringcraft that these two fighters will be putting on even as we speak. I, of course, refer to the feud between Bill Morty Camp and the rest of boxing, which is headed up by Jeff Fennick, by Trainer Lewis, by Costa-Zhu, by Vlad Ward, and all the other great names. And should I have said the Sydney-born Russian-based powerhouse, I've said that the other wrong way around, the Russian-born Sydney-based powerhouse Costa-Zhu, when I introduced Zhu in those comments a moment or two ago. But there's two camps and they're divided. Yes, Roy, what can be done to bring these camps together, and how do you rate these two boys coming into the clash?
Yes, it's a good question, isn't it? Actually, I hope there is some sort of rapprochement between the Zhu French / Fennick / Trainer Lewis / who's the kiddie fight? Rousell, Camp and Bill Morty, because the only way the kiddie can get the raps he deserves and the venue he deserves, i.e. the MCG or the SCG, that's where he should be fighting tonight, yes. Is a rapprochement with break-even Bill Morty, because this Rousell kiddie, he's got it all.
Yes.
I had a look at him with Graham Murphy, and he uses class. He's just class. His left leg reminds me of Baryshnikov.
Oh yeah.
His right leg reminds me of
Mr. Giovanni.
Mr. Giovanni.
Yes, I know. I knew it'd come to you.
It would come to me. Yes. He's got it all. He's beautiful to watch, and he has that innate sense of ringcraft.
Yes. What is ringcraft, Roy? If I put you on the spot here in Club Buggery tonight, Nat, what is ringcraft and how do you get it? How do you respond?
Well, I remember years ago fighting, and I remember Grassy Granel was in my corner.
I think you were fighting Spike Chaney's dad.
I think I was, yes, that's right. He had it all too. He had a knockout drop in either hand. And I remember Grassy said to me, he said, Roy, bang him in the ear first off. I thought, why should I bang him in the ear? Anyway, I did. You know, it came out, you know, ding, 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 off we went. And I went whop right in his, you know, left ear. Right. And you could see him thinking, God, why is Roy hitting me in the ear? I did him again in the ear. You know, and Grassy said, that's it, now you've got him turned around. Because to listen to, you know, the instructions coming from his corner, he had to use only one side of his head. You know what I mean? And so I knew I could tell. He was always looking around, you know, looking around. That's when Grassy said, get his other ear, right? I thought, well, bugger me, it worked before, so I turned southpaw and boop, into the other ear. Both ears were ear, you had to look directly, you know, in his literally in his corner. And when you got a bloke staring at his corner, no matter where you got him, you can hit him anyway, you can boot him up the day. That's basically what I understand by ringcraft. You know, pointing someone in the direction you want them to face in the bloody ring.
Yes.
You know, I did his nose a little bit later so he couldn't smell anything. And did his tongue, you know.
Well, Joe Bushner described it to me thus, really. If we could use these two glasses. Sorry.
Bloody beauty.
Splash your boots there, matey. Right. Look, if you're fighting in this direction here, and this is Roy, and this is Spike Chaney's dad,
yes.
Well, then what you've got to do is, if you move this way, when Spike moves, Dad move that way. Yeah. That's what we'd understand as ringcraft.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, but if you've done that to his ear...
Yeah.
He'll want to always move that way, you know what I mean? Yeah. Well, that's it in Pracy.
Sorry about that.
Well, that represents the claret, and it's a very attractive blood red, you can see there. That's what...
Roy, when we come to it, though, you know, what have you done? What have you done to get these warring and feuding parties of Australian boxing together? And, you know, look, I don't want to bring Arthur Tunstall into this, but, you know, surely, when you've got somebody at the top, the dribble-down effect must be enormous. You know, do you know what I mean? when the bloke swaps his feet, so much gear comes out that it just splashes all over the place.
Yes,
what can we do?
Well,
Who can you see as mediating this stink?
Well, I've done nothing.
Yeah, well...
I've done nothing and I feel ashamed. I feel ashamed that as an Australian I've done nothing to bring about peace. I want to just sit them down and smoke the peace pipe. I want to see the pipe being passed from Bill to Jeff, then to Trainer, then to Costa's, and then on to Rousel Kitty, then to the Victorian powerhouse who was fighting the
Ballarat Bell.
And if they could just sit around and smoke the peace pipe, then I think something very, very productive would come out of it.
Yes, it's amazing to think so many people can hate each other and it's such a small room they're living in.
Yes.
You know, we were out at a restaurant last night, an Italian restaurant, and, you know, there was Bill.
Oh, no names.
No names. There was Bill and the South Coast Nudger having a meal, and in the other corner, there was, as far as they could get them apart, there was, of course, the Russian-born Sydney-based powerhouse was you, and, you know, Trainer talking tactics, and then there was another little group of people, the Bow.
The Bow.
And I think it was also Joe Bosner talking tactics there. And none of them were talking to each other. You could cut it with a knife.
Yes, I'm with you. Look, if Australian boxing is going to go through the roof, and I predict it will.
Yes, well, like I'm with
then I
you,
think
Roy.
the people of Australia have got to send messages saying, Bill, get together with Kostya, sure. Get together with the Bow, sure. Get together with the Nudger, and smoke the peace pipe, and all will be right.
And now let's leave the fight game and go to